Welcome to the CEN Show, a platform where we learn from the world's community. I would like to introduce our panel this evening. We have our master teacher, Professor Amin Ra. We got Brother Mashinda in Louisiana. We have Brother E. Brother E. Brother E, where are you located? Okay, I'm gonna get Brother E in a minute. We got Brother Hendrick here this evening. And tonight, we're gonna go through a little meditation here. We got our team member as our guest, Ms. J Dub. And I just looked, Ms. J Dub, at our history, and this is your fifth appearance here. And you haven't been on in over a year. So it's good that you're back. I know you've been busy in New York, in school, big shot. So Ms. J Dub going to lead us in meditation this evening, but I have a question or two for her. So Ms. J Dub, can you unmute, please? So tell me this, two questions. Can you specifically tell us what meditation is? And then after that, tell us what it does for you.
Yeah, I think there's different forms of meditation. So I can only speak to the one that I know and I'm familiar with. Yeah, and there's different purposes. There's like spiritual enlightenment. There's different religious sects that use meditation. But I guess for me, it's more of like a day-to-day thing of emptying the mind of its content to have like a space where there's nothing being thought of um and finding an awareness of the breath and then in that it could be, more like a feeling of um what's happening in the body or even in the unseen internally. um
So,
yeah.
so it's going within, right?
Yes.
And by the way, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing really well. So it was a really nice day outside and the sun was out. So
Okay, now did you guys get some of that bad air quality from
yeah.
Canada?
Yeah, it was really bad like about a month ago, and I just got a warning today that it's gonna be not good again. So unfortunately.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask Brother E. Brother E, where are you located?
Yeah.
What's that? Where are you
I'm
located?
in Los Angeles.
You in LA?
Los
Okay.
Angeles,
Okay,
sir.
good. Good. All right. So Miss J Dub, you're on mute. So
Yes.
what does meditation do for you? You say you do it daily?
Yes. For me, yeah, just I usually do it after some sort of like physical practice of maybe going on a walk or a yoga cycle or stretching, like just to activate my body first and to get it awake. Um, and then that's when my body feels ready to, I guess, like find a more still space. And I meditate because there's so many things that I think about, and most of my day is like my attention is either obsessed or like leaned into something. So it's really nice to like practice at least like 3 to 5 minutes or more, like 40 minutes sometimes of thinking nothing and traveling with my breath. And sometimes like new thoughts will emerge. And some people do use meditation. Sometimes I do use meditation as a way to think of fresh ideas and let my imagination like create things, but I don't walk into meditation with that. I walk into meditation like wanting like not even like clarity over something, but just wanting an empty mindset.
Okay, well that's interesting. So what are we doing this evening?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was thinking like I could also, I'm sorry I haven't been here. So I'm happy to be here today to just guide a short meditation. If I wasn't thinking like too long or extensive, like maybe like 5, 7 minutes of a meditative practice that I do with in the classroom. Actually, I did this every day in the classroom when I was teaching. Um, and that gave me more hope in the practice. Yeah, as soon as the kids would walk in, I would meditate with them and typically do this one because this is a body scan. There's like different types of like breathing practices that you can do. But one thing I like to do in groups is a body scan because it brings the awareness to your breath and also brings awareness to different parts of your body while you're breathing. And I don't know, afterwards, usually people, even the students, would feel a lot of my friends coming in. Perfect timing.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, they would just feel a sense, hey Val.
Hey.
Um,
Welcome.
should we introduce
And,
Hello.
Val?
and that's her name is Valerie. Your name
Yeah,
Valerie?
sorry. I went to the wrong Zoom link. So
That's okay. Welcome. Glad you're here.
thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, Miss J Dub, let's get into it.
Okay, cool. So we were just going into the what type of meditation. Yeah, so it'll be a body scan. I see if you don't have like a seat, you don't have to have like an actual chair. But what how I like to sit is with both feet on the ground and kind of like scoot up a little bit onto your seat so you're not slouching. And then you want to just roll the shoulders back and down and typically like just bring your hands either onto the table like folded or you could keep them open with your palms up on top
What's
of your knees.
what's the difference? Folded or open?
Um, there's like there's like people do say like there's like an energetic flow that like connects in when you interlace fingers or if you keep them open, there's like a more gesture of like receiving. But for me, I like to keep my hands folded usually just because I don't know, maybe I'm like a forever student. It's
Well,
like,
let's we want to mimic. I want to see,
okay.
especially if people want to participate. I'm a participate.
Okay,
So
let's place our hands just on our knees. That way we can stay connected to our body since this is a body scan. And first, how I like to, and I will like ask later on for your eyes to be closed. So if you feel uncomfortable closing your eyes on screen, you could turn off the screen. I'll keep my screen on. But first I like to ask like you guys to like look around your room and your space that you're in. And you'll just like notice where you're at. So if there's books or I have like a water bottle next to me, my bed's right next to me. So just go around and scan your room to allow your body to get comfortable in the space that it is in. And just begin to recognize the objects that occupy the room with you. And you can look behind you. And once you're ready, softly stare at the tip of your nose. And this is called the drishti or the focus point.
Miss
And
J
allow
Dub,
the
I can't even see the tip. Let me see.
gaze
I
towards the tip of your nose.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go towards because I can't
Yeah.
see it.
You might feel a little cross-eyed and things might
Yeah,
get blurred. Yeah, and if they're getting blurred, it's good. You're starting to blur out the precision in your sight and not focus so much on what you're looking at, but allow the blur to just exist. And when you're ready, just softly close your eyes and begin breathing in and out the nose. I will guide you through the body scan in a second, but I'm just going to prepare our minds in focusing on our breathing. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Relaxing your jaw. Maybe you had a long day of work and you're still tense. So some of us clench our jaws as a way to just hold it in. And if that's you, just release the clench of the jaw. Relax the tongue. Sometimes this tongue is like stuck at the roof of our mouth. And if that's the case, just slowly peel the tongue off the roof of your mouth and let it sit. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Don't worry too much about what your breath feels like or sounds like. Just allow your body to move in motion with your breathing and allow your breath to guide you through the experience. If you do find yourself thinking of other things, just slowly allow those thoughts to pass and bring your attention back to your nose. Back to your breath. Before we do the body scan, we're gonna do 4 collective breaths together. And I'm gonna ring a bell on the inhale. And as you listen to the bell, just breathe in, feel the vibrations of the bell, and on the exhale, we'll just exhale together. So take a deep breath in and exhale everything out the nose. And inhale in. And exhale out. And inhale in. And exhale out. And inhale in. And exhale out. Last one, inhale in. And exhale out. Now continue breathing, inhaling in, exhaling out. Again, your breath should be the vehicle of your thoughts, drawing your attention to your breath and the guidance that I will facilitate through your body. Draw your awareness to the bottom of your feet and how they rest upon the ground. Notice how your toes feel against the ground. Maybe you have carpeted floors, or maybe you have wooden floors. Just bring your awareness and recognize the ground that you stand on or sit on. Slowly bring your awareness to your kneecaps. Maybe they ache. Maybe they feel really rested now that you're sitting. And draw your attention to them, breathing in through the nose, imagining your kneecaps, and exhaling out, sending the breath towards your knees. Now slowly bring your focus to your hips and how they sit on your seat. Breathing as you go and recognizing the weight that rests in them, that rests into the chair. What does the chair feel like beneath you? How comfortable are you sitting in this position? Now bring your awareness to your belly. Allow yourself to breathe into the belly and exhale, releasing the chest. Taking a few breaths here. breathing in to the belly and exhaling, releasing any tension and pressure in your upper body. And again, just bring your awareness to the movement of your breath and how it travels through your body. Slowly bring that breath towards your chest, towards your heart. Breathing in and out with the same movement. Finding your natural breath in your upper chest. The chest is where we do keep a lot of tension, especially for on the computer. So if you find yourself slouching, just slowly roll your shoulder blades back again, opening up your collarbones. The chest is also where we hold tight when things get anxious. So as you breathe, just imagine on your inhale, a balloon just expanding your chest open. And on your exhale, releasing your chest of any worldly tensions that we hold, of the things going on outside of our bodies, maybe even outside of our control. Slowly bring your attention towards your throat, keeping a steady breath, inhaling in and exhaling out. The throat is where our voice comes through. And maybe you are someone who used your voice a lot today, or maybe you're someone who did not use your voice enough. But in any case, just extend yourself some grace and allow your breath to exist in the continual motion of your inhales and your exhales. Now inhale in towards the back of your head, drawing your awareness towards the back skull. Breathing into that weighted area and exhaling out. And slowly begin to focus at the center of your forehead, a wide space. Again, if we are having a stressful or irritating day, we may wrinkle our eyebrows or frown without even knowing. And some helps to smile a little bit. So if your screen is off, you have all the more permission to slightly smile and open the forehead, allowing your brows to just relax and find a subtle smile and a subtle light within. Breathing into the forehead, allowing the breath to clear the thoughts and make room for nothing and silence. And slowly, on our last part of the body scan, bring your attention to the crown and the top of your head. In many cultures, a crown represents royalty, position, purpose, and even affirmation. So just recognize that crown on the top of your head and breathe in and out into that space, imagining your breath going from your lungs all the way up to your throat, to the back skull, to the forehead, to the peak of your head. And on your exhale, imagine just the water running down. Before we enter back into a more conscious space. We're going to end in 4 breaths again. But this time, the last time I did a 4 count breath, but this time we'll do a breath suspension. And if you get lost, I'm going to do it 4 times. So you can just catch on the next time. And then I'll guide us out of the meditation. So as a primer, we'll just breathe in together right now. And exhale out the nose. And inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale in. And hold the breath. And exhale out. And hold the breath. Inhale in. Hold the breath. Exhale out. And hold the breath. Inhale in. Hold the breath. Exhale out. Hold the breath. Last one. Inhale in. Hold the breath. Slowly exhale out the nose. And once you reach the bottom of your exhale, begin to breathe in and out. And before you open your eyes, just notice the quality of your breath. Notice if it changed. Notice the quality of your thoughts. And even if those maybe have found a new perspective. And when you're ready, just remember the room that you sit in. Start remembering the objects. And slowly blink open the eyes. And that was the meditation.
That's cool. I
Cool.
like that.
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know if it put some people to sleep, but if it did, maybe your body was tired.
Well, I want to ask you something. I kind of noticed I could hear my my heartbeat through most of it. I could hear that heartbeat. I could feel it. It was nice and quiet too. Really enjoyed the quietness, and it's cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has experiences that they had while breathing or
This-
even like anxiety. Some people get anxiety in meditation too.
Well, we could go around the panel and get some thoughts on it. Start with Valerie. Valerie.
Um, I think in the beginning I didn't realize how much tension I held in my body. Like every time you're like, I didn't realize I was clenching my jaw. I was like raising my eyebrows. Even like I felt like my feet where I was like curling them. So it just reminds me like I think I'm in a state of like a lot of tension for no reason. And so I feel like I need to put more effort in some ways to relax my body. I feel like my natural state is actually tensing my body.
Yeah, that's cool. Now another thing, it was kind of similar to sometimes when I'm driving, I hold, like you were saying, you kind of clench your face, you know, and sometimes I relax my face. Like, let me, what am I all, uptight about? So sometimes I just relax my face. So I noticed this, that similarity to what you were talking about. Okay, let's go to Rachel. Rachel, can you unmute, please?
Um,
How you
hi.
doing this evening?
I'm good.
So did you get a chance to participate?
Yes. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
It's good. I mean, I had a long day, so if relaxing, it's good to relax. It's good that
Okay.
you guys are doing this. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for coming. Are you a friend of
Okay.
Miss JW?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Thanks for coming. All right.
No,
Brother
thank you
E.
for.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Rachel.
No, I just said thank you for hosting.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Brother E. Well, did you participate? Brother E. Okay. I'll come back to you, Brother E. Brother DX.
Yeah, here I go. I'm outside. I'm outside working. Yeah, the meditation, that's something I encompass on a daily basis. Once I get home, get settled. I got a similar routine I do. But it definitely eases me every day. Because I'm tense when I come home every day. So it definitely eats me and help me gather myself and gather my thoughts for the day.
Wonderful. All right. Brother DX.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
You're a little faded in and out. Okay. Let's see if we can catch Brother Henry. Come back to you, DX. Brother Henry, did we put you to sleep there? Okay, Brother Mashenda. I guess everybody kind of got.
I'm yeah, very relaxing. You know, I'm totally not thinking about anything. But I'm in a blank state, basically. Kind of went through the motions with it and tried to adhere to, what she was talking about. And, again, I've had a long day myself. And so I think that, I accomplished my goal and to experience, some of the things that she experiences. Um, I'm familiar with meditation, but it was a good thing. I appreciate her coming on tonight. This was different than our normal dialogue conversations, and but I appreciate Sister J Dub, you know, um, leading this meditation. It definitely has an effect on me. So thank you again.
All right. Professor Ra, did did you participate? You on mute.
No, I didn't get a chance. I watch y'all. Yeah, I come up from a different groove, deep thinking and in constant struggle. And we're trained as soldiers, you got to always be alert and conscious. I appreciate meditation that helps people be better people, solve their problems, bring them peace. There's so many different forms of meditation. Some people smoke weed and listen to jazz, and they be like deep, deep. Some some people, you know, it's a religious experience. All your major religions have meditation, you know, some form of meditation. It goes all the way back to ancient history, go all the way back to different cultures that found a sense of peace. You know, a lot of in India, they really push meditation, you know. I just have a few questions though. What is the difference? I mean, the meditation you just did you create it, or is it something that you studied and incorporated it in your form of meditation? Or is it something that you read about and you use that technique? Or is yours original from the standpoint of your creation? Not the meditation part, but the deep breathing, the thinking, the breathing from the back and all of that. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, definitely I didn't come up with it. I've sat in meditations, like the room scan, a really good friend of mine did, and I found that to be helpful for me because I'm also someone who is not very trusting in a room, and so it's like really helpful to like look at the room for me and then close my eyes and usually like there's been seated body scans that I've done that just start with the head and go up towards the crown. And I think like in some yoga trainings that I've been to, they it's helpful to have like the body points. Some use like the chakras. I just kind of adapted my own. I think that time I did go through most of the chakras, but I wouldn't even be able to since I'm not I'm not a licensed person who meditates, nor am I licensed within any sort of
Right,
religion.
you don't think you need a license to meditate.
Yeah, I know, but nowadays, I don't know, it's like nowadays,
I
I just
mean, if
like to
you're
put
gonna
that
open
out
up,
there.
yeah, if you're gonna open up a school or something and something like that, I understand. The other question is, do you chant?
No, I don't chant. I've been in settings where there is chanting just because I am a licensed yoga instructor. But I don't chant. But I know that that is a deep part of the practice in for a yogi or someone who does meditate.
I think they have a big session in New York where they walk around the carpet or the board or something and do their chant. The other thing is you know, are you familiar with other it's an expression of various cultures, as you know, Chinese, and they all have different forms. Some have blankets you sit on and cross your legs and all that. But like, you know, do you see a difference between chanting, meditation, and prayer?
That's like a really great question. I can only speak from my experience again. So yeah, I think there's like and I don't know, maybe other people want to join in on the conversation, but for me, meditation is like a physical act of trying to escape the tensions that are held in my body so that my mind can just have a chance to think about something other than the thing that my mind is obsessing on. And then prayer is more of like a proactive experience with, I mean, for me, it would be like God, but for others, it may look different. But for me, it would be more of like an actual conversation with God, but then that is that is my cognition is very alert
Mm.
and it's not a space of nothingness.
So, but it is spiritual. Is that correct?
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like meditating and then I'll just start praying. I'm like, well, okay, that was a short meditation. Like there's obviously things that need to be prayed for.
Well, spirituality is deep, and if a person go in the corner and start chanting about babbling, just talking to himself, we'd say there's something wrong with it. But if a person go in the corner and chant and prayer, it's acceptable. Is that correct? I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, if a person was just go in the corner and start talking to himself, like the guy that got on the bus and they choked him. I don't care about dying, blah, 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 over there. But if you go in a corner and you pray or chant, people accept it. As you're getting in touch with yourself, your inner being, some call it spiritual, some call it just consciousness, fullness. And, it's a complex perspective because you're getting away from the world, your world. I mean, you're going into your metaphysics, because you say you get in touch with your body and get in touch with your stuff. So well, my point is that it is a beautiful experience for many people. I've known people that chant and that have come up with their own style, their own method, their own temperament, and it helps them, feel better when they come out for a little while. But they got to go back and chant again and again and again because it's like getting high. When you come down, you're in the same space, no matter how high you get. And so that's, chanting gets you away from all the world confusion, all the stress and anxiety. And it's just a moment of just silence and meditation and deep thought. And it's a beautiful thing for people that that grow from it and that are able to relate to the world in a peaceful and spiritual way. So I appreciate the lessons you've given us and sharing your experience with it. And I just hope more people would. I wish all the evil people would chant and go through the process of transformation. All right, Rashiki, that's it.
All right, thanks, Professor Rob. Brother DX.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Man, okay. I just appreciate the man, the forum today is really, really awesome because we need to make that connection. And I'm kind of piggyback on what Ra was saying about the chanting and everything because, ultimately all religions and all cultures chant in some way. I remember growing up in the Baptist church and, everybody was doing and I said, my man, Lord, and then everybody repeat after, oh, I said, the Lord, He set me free. And those are forms of chanting as well. And you have the Buddhists that have chant. You have like the I mean like Catholics, everybody chanting to some. The monks been doing it for a long time. So uh the process of the interconnection is always important. And I think that's what is the sole goal of meditation. And then as opposed to prayer is more like an outward, like you calling on something outside of yourself to assist you, like whatever that being is, or, particular entity, as opposed to going within and finding those answers and allowing, spirit to work through you to, figure things out, whether it's, your health, your wealth, love, and interaction, whatever it is. So I think that's a good practice for anybody, and just to bring it forward in what we're doing and moving. Meditation is important, because either way you're gonna get it, even if you sleep. I think that's also a form of meditation, in my opinion. Like, you're breathing, you focus, and you breathe a certain way, and you enter into a theta state and finding answers a lot of times to your problems. Like grandma used to say, "I sleep on it." So yeah, thank you.
All right, that's interesting. From what Brother DX is saying, that the prayer is calling out, the meditation is going within. So they could be almost opposites if I'm looking at it from what he just said. So that's interesting. Interesting take on that. What I want to do, I want to go back to Valerie. And Valerie, do you have any other comments or questions or anything you want to share? You're on mute.
No, but I enjoyed this a lot, and I think that I feel like I used to meditate more often, but I've kind of stopped. So it's just a good reminder to check in with myself and to slow down in life. So just grateful. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, Rachel.
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
All right, thanks. So, Ms. J Dub, anything else you want to add or say?
No, just I really appreciate the discussion afterwards, of just, I guess, expanding how so many people use meditation. And so, yeah, just that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so Brother Hembrick, are you there, Brother Hembrick? So I know Brother Hembrick told me that he was kind of tired. Well, he's probably there, but he's probably still meditating. So it's all good. So, for Professor Ra, Professor Ra, did you go somewhere? So I know that on Monday on Conscious Corner, Professor Ra's daughter is going to be the guest. I think yeah, it's Cherie Montgomery, Dr. Cherie Montgomery. And she's going to be talking about, she has a book that she wrote, and she's going to be talking about her book, and it's on mental illness or mental health. So that's what we have on Monday. And then on Wednesday, we have another youngster coming through. I guess Miss J Dub and Miss Valerie, maybe Rachel, you guys are considered kind of youngsters. I know I claim to be young, but I'm nearing 60, so very close to that. So if we have somebody coming on that's about maybe early 20s, and his name is RJ, and let me quickly look at his topic so I can share with everybody. And the topic is nutrition for Black health. So it's going to be on nutrition. So he's studying in that area right now. I know he's a recent graduate from either a junior college or a university. So he's going to be discussing that. So Professor Rod, you want to tell us a little bit about Monday?
Well, Monday, Dr. Montgomery, my daughter, she's going to be discussing the challenges of mental health. dealing with mental illness and the challenges that many people are finding, that there's very little services other than lock them up and do this and do that. But she's been working with it and had personal experience as well as what motivated her to write the book with her son. And then and we're going to also deal with the 4th of July, probably after the 4th, the next Monday. I think it's very important. Well, I don't think it's very important, but I'm hoping that people will see the importance of various cultural rituals that are in contradiction to our basic and fundamental intelligence. And when you come to the 4th of July, you teach your kids not to play with fire, but then you give them money to go buy fireworks. And they're not burning fireworks, they're burning money. Especially if you spend $400 or $500. Some people spend thousands. They go and burn money. Second, you tell them for African Americans and many other people of color, the 4th of July was not meant for them at all. We looked like Mr. T in chains in 1776. We had so many chains around us. And I ain't saying don't take the day off and don't enjoy your family. But I'm saying doing it with a consciousness and a realistic approach, that you don't harm yourself. You know, houses get burned down, people get burned up. And most people don't think it'll happen to them until it does. And so that's what we're going to deal with after Cherie do her presentation.
Oh, that's the following Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Open forum and discussion. Because,
Okay.
a lot of people of color just doing their best to be an American and can't understand why the guy won't accept them. You know? why it's uneven, you know? He'll drop the bomb on people, or atom bomb on people, and nuclear bombs. I mean, we have to have discussions and get clarity to relieve the stress and to have a better understanding why so many people depressed. You know, they be looking for a advertised reality and come out as just a fantasy. That the guy used to get your money and get your mind. But, we'll discuss it. I'd like to get some feedback when we talk about it.
That's going to be wonderful. So now I just want to let Valerie and Rachel know that this is open to the public. We're here on Mondays and Wednesdays at the same exact time. So anytime you want to go to the website and check out what we have going on, you're welcome to come and join. And then also you can contact me through Miss J Dub if you want to be a guest on the show.
Brother Rashaki.
Yeah, go ahead there, Henry. We finally got you. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, I was kind of in and out for the count. I'm gonna have to watch the video.
Oh, good.
But appreciating the sister's presentation. I had a question. What is the difference between the kind of meditation she's doing and what was known as transcendental meditation? I know back when I was at UCLA, I used to have a girlfriend and she used to practice that. That's one question. Then I got a yoga question after that.
Okay, Miss J Dub, you got a couple more questions before you get out of here.
I'm not like very well versed in I wouldn't even consider myself an expert. So I don't know the different forms of meditation, and I'm assuming like transcendental meditation has to do with like maybe some sort of like practice to transcend, and I don't know what the actual like steps or what that looks like. So I've never actually heard of it. This is my first time.
Okay, I think Stevie Wonder was into that
Hmm.
station also. Second question, I hear that you're a yoga instructor, correct?
I have not instructed in a very long time, but I was teaching.
I walk a lot and I stretch a lot. And when women see me stretching, I'm a big old guy, about 6'4", about 300 pounds. I can almost put my palms on the ground from a straight street, stretch with my knees locked out. But anyway, my question is, I, I'm I'm also severely knock-kneed and pigeon-toed, and I see these yoga people with their legs crossed and all that, and people tell me I need to do yoga, and I'm like, I can't do that. So, what do you suggest for someone with the body structure like mine, as far as yoga goes?
Yeah, I feel like that's like
I'm not gonna worry about it.
I feel like it would just like disrupt certain positions, but there's certain things that like it wouldn't necessarily like disrupt. But also again, like it's been a really long time since I've practiced, so I don't feel very confident like giving any proposals. But as long as you're not in pain, I feel like there's like even just like a sun salutation or like and you can find those on YouTube. I still like YouTube a lot of the yoga sequences, but I don't see why you can't do yoga.
Well, at least with the bottom part of my body. And I just want to say this in closing out that you know, meditation is a big part of African spirituality. I'm finding out in these books I'm reading called the Medu Netter, and he also talks about you have to be led by someone, that knows what they're doing, or you can end up being really kind of screwed up. So anyway, I'm gonna stop right here and let Rashiki continue and close us on out. But appreciate your presentation.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that because this is just a personal thing that I do. And I don't when I facilitate, I don't go deeper into the things that I don't know. So I hope that brings comfort in today's session.
All right, well, go ahead, Brother Henry.
I agree because my philosophy is stick with what you know, Joe.
All right, so excellent presentation this evening and meditation practice. Looking forward to your next time you come, Ms. J Dub. Thanks a lot. And I want to close out with saying Conscious Corner and each one teach one. Everybody have a good evening.